Brandon. Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have VIS with us, and he can say his name and what he does. Obviously, he does a few other things, but we'll talk about that.
Oh, my name is Allen, and I play drums in the band VIS.
Awesome, Alan. Obviously, like I mentioned previously, he does a few other things. He also does touring drumming for Hail the Sun. Blanked for a second, but he also does that. And also, he produced the Andreas record, which everybody should check out if you haven't already. It was great. So, I already told Alan. I've already told Alan
and the
that
Buried Heart, which I think.
Yes, the Buried Heart as well.
Sorry.
Jack's the man. Shoutouts to Jack. But my first question, Alan, is how did you start out VIS? How did you become a member of that? And maybe if you want to talk about Hail the Sun too, while we're at it.
VIS is a product of a previous band I was in called Twin Suns. Justin, our bass player, Aaron, our guitarist, we were in that band together with Danny, our old keyboard player. And when we disbanded Twin Suns, immediately we already started working on VIS music. And then it was just a matter of trying to find the right kind of singer. We knew that we wanted someone strong and weren't sure if we would find it, and tried out a few guys, and literally like the first day Tommy walked in, it was like, yeah, this is a guy, and we tried not to seem like too jumpy. So we waited a few rehearsals to tell him that we wanted to go steady, but he was with it, and that was, I think, 2013. It's been a while. We've been at it a bit.
Nice. And how did you? Obviously, like I mentioned, you've been the touring drummer for Hail the Sun as well. So, how did that come about?
My old band Twin Suns actually played with Hail the Sun years ago, and randomly, like, I don't know. So I saw them. I went to go see Let Live, and walked in, and I noticed that the opener was Hail the Sun, and Shane remembered us. We kept in touch, and when we launched VIS, Johnny pretty much, when the first time he saw us, was like, okay, I need to book you guys, and he's been our booking agent ever since. And they had asked me a few times to tour for them. It just never really made sense for me, since I was working with kids at the time. I had two jobs, and
Okay.
Finally, like, summer break came, and they were like, hey, we're doing Warped Tour, and we're doing like a couple headlining tours. Would you be interested? I'm like, said, let's do it. I wasn't gonna have work, so yeah.
Nice. Well, I'd like to give a little funny story about Alan. We met on the Hail the Sun tour, like he's been talking about. But I want to shout out Dan from Limbs. I was talking with Dan, and then you came up to Dan, and we were just talking about like some of the things about drumming, and then you introduce yourself, and you're like, "Oh, I'm Alan," and I'm like, "Alan, that's familiar." I couldn't place where it came from, and then I remembered. I'm like, "Oh, you're the guy who commented on when I did the Andreas record on YouTube," and you're like, "I'm gonna be on tour with Hail the Sun," and so we had that sort of like funny, like, holy shit, it's a small world sort of feeling to it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me and Alan, that was kind of a cool little story about that. But I thought it was really cool in that sense how, I was able to review Andreas' record, and then you're like, yeah, dude, like, I'm Alan, what's up? But next question,
Yeah, it was
Alan.
good times.
Next question, Alan. Since you've been, across the states, what are some favorite venues that you have had the opportunity to play at?
Ooh, I have not really thought about that question. I know there is an answer. I mean, off the top of my head, Chain Reaction has had some of the best shows I've ever played.
Nice.
On the last Hail the Sun show, for the last tour, I front flipped onto the crowd during one of the songs where I wasn't playing drums. Yeah, that was so fun. The crowd carried me into the pit, and I was pitting, and then they carried me back on stage, and I made it back in time.
There you go. That's wild.
But I mean, there's definitely been some venues where, like, you can walk right off stage, have your drums, tear your drums out, and then walk into a shower all within the same vicinity. That was on the Dance Gavin Dance tour. I can't remember. I think that was in Denver, but I don't remember the name. I mean, there's been so many. I went from playing one show a month here locally to playing a bunch of shows a month, and in the span of the last year. So I'm still new to all of it, and there's really no time to get used to it because you're always in a new place. You're always doing something else, and yeah.
Maybe it's a question that we'll have to come back to at another point in the future. But
Yeah.
I like the chain reaction. I haven't been there personally, but I know a lot of people from California recommend that. And if I'm ever out in California, I would love to see a show at Chain Reaction. So
Yeah, it's cool. I think I feel like being a resident from Southern California, what's that word? Underappreciate Chain Reaction. And when we
yeah.
were on that tour with Limbs, they were stoked to play it because they're like, I've heard so much about this place, and I was just thinking like, it's just Chain Reaction, but you know, I had to think about it like, yeah, it's been such a staple in the scene since even I was a teenager, so probably even before that.
Well, that's awesome. I hope to inevitably go out there. But my next question, Alan, what are some of your musical influences?
Ooh, VIS is a band, right? I think the obvious one is Mars Volta.
Yes.
Get that one out of the way. A big, huge influence, I think, on all of us growing up. It's definitely the RX Bandits.
Oh,
Um,
nice. Okay.
and who else? Face in New York. I mean, I think. Have you ever heard of Face in New York?
Ah, they sound familiar. Maybe I have to go back
You
and listen
should
to them. But
check them out, dude. Their self-titled album is in my personal top five.
ooh,
And
okay.
I would say like kind of wrote the playbook as far as what VIS is trying to do in rock music. You know, we're trying to kind of embody that space a little bit. Heavy synth, just intense. I don't know. Check them out.
Yeah, like a wall of sound kind of a thing, right?
Yeah. Who else? Who else do we like? Hmm, 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 hmm. Rice has definitely been some influence on some tunes. I don't know. It's kind of all over the place. We all have distinct different tastes. I think I listen to more hip hop and rap than anyone else, and Justin, our bass player, listens to a lot of more indie music. Aaron, our guitarist, he writes most of the songs more. I don't know what he's listening to. I should probably ask him that. And then Tommy listens to a lot of like early 2000s stuff.
Oh, nice. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. All right,
So
Al.
we're kind of we're all over the place as far as influences.
Yeah, no, it definitely sounds like it. I mean, for me, like one of the bands that, like you mentioned, Mars Volta was one of those bands that I picked up immediately when I was listening to some Beast tracks. So I can definitely hear that sort of influence. But I'm excited for new stuff, like we were talking about, a couple months ago. But my next question, Alan, kind of a follow up to this one. But what have been some bands that you've been jamming more recently?
More recently, ooh, mm, mm. Not really much. So I work as a producer, so and then I really don't get much time to sit there and listen to music. But I have been obsessed. If I get a chance to like listen to music, I've been obsessed with the new SZA album, Control,
Oh,
and
nice.
then
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar's Damn. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, those two have like occupied my life, listening to them over and over again, breaking them down. Really, that's it. Because I'm working so much, and I've been working on the VIS album, and just as much stuff to I gotta get stuff out, before I leave on the road with Hale. Because once I hit the road, I can't
Yeah.
really touch much. So I guess maybe you should give me some stuff I should check out.
Ooh.
Because when
Okay.
I'm in the van, I'll need some stuff, man.
Okay, so let me think. Let me think. Ooh, that's tough. Well, I feel like one band that I love, and most people on this channel will know this or see it coming at least, uh, would be Artifex Pareo. If you haven't checked that band
Oh,
out,
sick.
they're
Yeah.
like the Jam. I love those guys. Um, Another band that I think you should check out is I know Paris is putting out a new record this Friday.
Cool,
I don't
cool.
know if you're a fan of them either. I would check them out. Even their first record, White Noise, was like a banger in my opinion. And I'm trying to think what else. Well, I don't want to. I mean, I want to toot my own horn since you're buddies with Andres, but I would say that one's one that I've been pumping a lot as of late. No, like no. I mean, it's just so damn catchy, honestly. Like, I mean, I can't talk enough about that record, but
Thank you, man. Thank you.
that one's a great one, and I'm trying to think if there's really anything else that I've been rocking with as of late. Um, I think that's pretty much it, honestly. There might be a few others here and there, and if I remember any, I'll try to send them to you. But
Yeah, please.
those are the ones that I've been currently rocking with at this moment. But those have been some really good ones. Have there been some bands in the production sort of side of what you do that you're like that people should be on the lookout for?
Hmm. I live in a bubble, so I'm probably the worst person to ask about that. However,
No, I mean like
uh,
bands. I like mean like bands that you are producing like currently.
oh. No one actually. I've been working with a lot of rappers.
Ooh,
Um,
okay, okay.
yeah, I mean just these. It's like I've only taken enough work that can pay the bills,
Yeah.
and then the rest of my time has been just dedicated to working on the V stuff.
Well, and everybody should be jamming out to VIS. That's the real deal here. So,
Hmm.
definitely go give them a listen. But my next question, Alan, I'm curious how you're gonna answer this one. But if you guys could pick a song to cover, what song would it be?
Ooh, before I answer that, I just want to give a shout out to Save Us from the Archon who just dropped some
Ooh, that's
six
some
six
heat
six
too.
six
Yeah.
six. Yeah. I wanted to say them, but cover song we'd like to cover. You know, we've never really talked about that. Um, we did almost attempt to cover "Take Me to Church" when it was like, when it was big.
Yes.
Um, I brought it up again recently just because I think Tommy's voice would be perfect for that song. But I don't know. What song do you think we should
You're
cover?
talking about the Hosier song, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's tough. I don't even know. I mean, like, I'd love to for you to take on like a top 40 song just because I would like to see how you'd spin it. But I don't know. Let me think.
Oh, I got one.
You
I
got
have
one?
one
Okay.
that I personally would want these to cover. Um, it's called. Give me a sec. I gotta find it. I don't know the name of it, but every time I hear it, I just think how cool and weird. I don't even know if it's considered top 40 anymore. They call double platinum, no features.
I feel like
Where's
you
he
could do.
at?
I feel like you could do maybe like a Kendrick song. Honestly, like I feel like you could put a little like wild spin on it. You know?
For whom the bell tolls.
Ooh, okay.
It's the first song off his latest album, J. Cole.
Ooh, okay. Okay, I could see you rocking with the J. Cole track. I'd like to see that. Maybe future V's cover track. You never know. But
Maybe.
next question, Alan. Favorite food to eat?
Ooh, favorite food burritos. There's no. I think we may have to have a discussion whether that's pizza over burritos, but I think I could speak for the band and say it's burritos. One of our genres is actually burrito punk. So
Well,
yeah.
listen, I need to get in on that because I feel like I'm a part of that group. You know, I'm on the burrito train. I don't know if honestly pizza or burritos. That's really tough.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I think pizza's a close second, but burritos a solid one. You know, you can't.
I feel like with burritos you can get a lot more variety though.
Mhm.
Like there's a lot of stuff you can do with that. So I feel like I would agree with you on the burrito thing, but pizza's a close second. I appreciate that. All right, next question, Alan. If you could pick somebody to collaborate with, who would it be?
Oh my god. Um. Uh, that's such. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna just because there's so many people, but the first one that pops into my head is Sergio Medina from Stolas.
Ooh. Okay. I like that. I could definitely see
Uh,
that.
he's one of the. I mean, but the list is pretty extensive, but he's one of them.
I could get down with that though. That I mean, like if there was one pick that I feel like would work, I feel like that one would absolutely.
But I would absolutely love to have Kendrick Lamar rap a verse on a V song,
There you
just
go.
because
There you
nobody
go.
would expect that.
We'll
Nobody
we'll
would expect that.
we'll just add at Kendrick Lamar this interview and be like, "Yo, Kendrick, hit my boys in V up," you know?
Yeah,
I will.
it'll be like the time he did something with Tame Impala.
There you go. Look at that. So maybe Vs X Kendrick soon coming soon to ears near you. But next question, Alan. If you could play another musical instrument besides what you know how to play, what would it be and why?
Um, ooh, I could kind of play piano. I wish I could actually play piano.
Like just shred.
Like I wish I could shred. I wish I knew the ins and outs, because that it'd be game over.
It would be game over.
It'd be game over.
I feel like for me, like I picked up guitar initially, and I would like to learn how to play piano as well, just because I think it would help out with just like creating stuff that maybe the
Yeah,
guitar can't do. So I agree with you on that. I like that. Also, drums would be on the list as well, just because I don't have any like leg arm coordination or whatsoever. So I feel like that would be a good one for me too. But next question, Alan. I don't know if you're a video game fan, but if you could be a video game character, who would you be?
Mm. Well, there are only two video games I play: Smash Brothers
Oof.
and Pokemon. 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 That's tough. I'm assuming he'd be a character in one of those, but mm, who can fly? Probably one of the dudes who can fly. Who can fly? Meta Knight. He can fly. He looks cool. Big ol' bubble. He's got a sword. Why not Meta Knight? Let's do Meta Knight.
There you go. That's badass. I like that. I like that choice. Also, I like your choice in gaming as well. I am a lover of both Smash and Pokemon as well, so
Nice.
I feel like we just bonded over that now via the internet. But next question, Alan. In your opinion, who puts on a great live show and a favorite show that you've been to?
I'm grumbling. Um, it, in the last year, one of the bands that has really impressed me a lot live is Silent Planet, actually.
Ooh, yes. Yes, I would
So
agree with that.
consistent. Garrett, I love Garrett's message. I love all those boys, and they put on a crazy, crazy show. And just I haven't seen an energy exchange between a crowd and band like the way they have it. They're just they're so personal with their approach to. I don't know. You got to see them live to get it.
I would 100% agree with you. I've seen them I think 3 or 4 times now, and they are just insane live. Like I've seen them at from anywhere to like a concert setting where they're like in a building to Warp Tour where they're like out in the heat just going hard.
Yeah.
So I think I would 100% agree and back you on the Silent Planet thing. They are one to not miss out on. But next question, Alan, if you could compile a dream tour, who'd be on it?
Mm. Mm. Why you got to hit me with such hard questions?
Dude, listen, I'm all about
And no
those.
preparation.
I'm all about those spur of the moment questions where it just gets you thinking.
I'm gonna go with Under Oath headlining.
Okay.
Um, Damn, that's tough. Under Oath headlining. For some reason, the Sound of Animals Fighting direct support.
Oof.
Um, who goes on that bill? Let's go with. I'll say thrice in like 2006. 2006 thrice.
Okay.
Because Visu is one of the greatest albums.
Yes.
And the Blood. Let's throw in the Blood in there.
Ooh.
That'd be. I think that tour happened minus Sound of Fighting, but yeah.
Let's get it.
That's off the top of my head. I can probably build like 20 dream lineups for concerts, but that's the first one that came to mind.
Listen, that one's a great one. I feel like that one needs to happen if it didn't already happen. I know Under Oath's still together, and Thrice is. So the other two, Sound of Animals Fighting, I know that is a Anthony Green sort of project, and the Bled just, I don't know what happened to them. I wish they
broke up.
I wish they were back together too, but
yeah.
if you're watching this, the Bled, just by chance, I don't know, you could, but that tour needs to happen. That if it didn't already, it needs to re-happen again. But next question, Alan. I don't know if you have enough free time for this, but if you had a favorite TV show and a favorite movie.
My favorite TV show, it's Game of Thrones.
Ooh.
No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the people who were disappointed by this week's episode. But it's still Game of Thrones. I still love it for all it is. And favorite movie, you said?
Yes.
Can I say favorite series of movies?
Yeah, we'll let you slide on in with that one.
Or you know what? No, I'm gonna say favorite movie. I'm gonna speak on these because this one is the hymn book for our church, and it's Interstellar.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Actually, No Waves, their first EP, was written around the time of Interstellar, and like we watched the movie a lot, and it was very much a reference point to like it's got to feel like this and that and Interstellar or whatever. So, yeah.
There you go. Well, now you got some backstory on that VIS record that you didn't know previously. And next question, Alan. If you could only listen to 1 month for an album, one album for a month straight, what album would it be?
If you're asking me to answer that right now today,
yes.
Whatever today's date is, I would go with SZA's Control. It's really good. I love it. I can go push repeat and it won't bother me every time it plays background.
There you go. And lastly, Alan, tell them about your band VIS. Obviously, you have a lot going on with that, but also, anything else you'd like to talk about in the next couple months.
I'll be hitting the road with Hail the Sun as we support Sean in a few weeks. And once I get home, I'll be home for a day, and VIS will be hitting the road with Wolf and Bear and Andres on the West Coast. So, yeah, I should go to that here on the West Coast.
You should. Because, if I lived on the West Coast, I would be all about that, So, I feel like people should be about that. If you aren't going to see them at that, definitely go check them out on that Chon Fall of Troy tour. That one's going to be nuts, and I'm super jealous because that tour is amazing. Not to knock, the other homie tour that they just did. But definitely go check out Alan's stuff in VIS, but also check him out on Hail the Sun's tour. Links will be in the description for VIS. Go check out their music. I know they'll be working on new stuff, and it'll be coming out soon. So definitely stay tuned with them on that Facebook, Twitter, all that sort of stuff. Also, I'm pretty sure they have a YouTube channel, so make sure to subscribe to that as well. There will be a link at the end of the video for that. And also, if you enjoy what you see here, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit that thumbs up as well. And thank you, Alan, for coming on, man. I know it took a little bit of time, but I appreciate you taking your time out, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Of course, if you enjoy what we do, make sure to go check out the other series we do. We do album reviews, we do band interviews, and we do live videos, so definitely go check that out. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps out our channel, helps us grow. Make sure to hit that like button as well. Go follow us on social media. That's all down below. We try to keep that as updated as possible. We also made a new website where we'll be posting photos of upcoming concerts and stuff like that, which you can go check out at audioaddictionmedia.com and come get your fix with us, guys. Talk to you later. Deuces.